let's see, yes, everything seems to be correct. Alright. Hello Blender folks, welcome back to Pxy-VERSE. So today is a special day because all these things starts to pay off. So the pre-prod quest is over. It's no more a quest now, because now the quest has changed. All this scenery was is gonna be put in use, and if you have checked my channel, I've posted today a video which is actually the first page or video of webcomic, so maybe a 3D webcomic, the one that is. So I've started making that as a production, right? And I'll keep building the world, so it's world building. And even though it was not completed, right, I've rendered it, but I set the start, right? At some point we must engage in stuff no matter what. And I've decided that I could have done this tomorrow, but I don't know, I decided to start today. I think it would be better. And now because also I started to engage in the production and how to set the stage, right, for the narrative, hybrid narrative. This is a question that I was just tinkering of it in my mind. I wasn't sure how I would achieve it, and so I'm gonna show some sample. Of course, not a making of. I'm just gonna show some of the idea, the concepts here of the techniques. So this will be a work in progress. Also, I'm probably gonna improve the way the workflow and the techniques and method, the approach that I'm using right now. But it seems to work very smartly, nothing really complicated. So I started to use the video sequencer editor, but in a different blend file. So I'm gonna show you what this blend file is. So I have right now, it will be, yeah, so have this dirty intro here, and maybe you're seeing this. Yes, so there's a delay, I cannot check here. So okay, so this is the video that I've posted, and I video edited it into Blender, right, but in a different blend file. So this is the new video editing, right, file type. So you get this category, and so here is nothing. If you ever did Blender editing, video sequencer editing, here it's just like that. So they improved, yes, lately the text strip here, text strip, yeah. So now we have we can control these alignments or stuff, like something was improved there. I think it was the alignments. We couldn't align, and more than that, we can now actually move the whole text here, as in. Now this is fantastic, considering how annoying you have to be tweaking from these locations. It was very, very bad. And so here I had the soundtrack here. Yeah, there's another soundtrack playing. So there's a sound strip, right? So this is not copyright free. We need to mention the artist. The Slipstream, yes, I've been using this. We can pay for an account, and then we can have free downloads, I think. But maybe in the future, it sounds. It doesn't have too much good sound effects for sci-fi, but we have a bunch of collections there, and soundtracks. There are many interesting musics there. Also, so very interesting thing, and I'm gonna be using this in my productions. And so in this case it was a soundtrack your account from that. But then okay, so we have here, so you see there's some animation, so I have rendered that. So this is just 60 frames of, so this was a video strip, right? Where it is, the video strip. Oh, they are in the bottom. Okay, so here we have this video strip, so I had to render that. Then more texts. There was a. I decided to use this stuff for the balloons or text speeches, since there is no voice acting currently. In the future, maybe near future, I need to make an attempt on that. And so this improvement on the text edit strips in video sequencer editor, latest Blender update, I think it was 4.4.2 or something like that, maybe 0.3, I don't know, but I'm using the latest stable release, and that is really good. Now it's a game changer. It will be little game changer, quality of life, right? So it is much funnier now to handle those things, much faster also. And then so I'm doing this thing, I'm not sure it's a great idea, but since the animations, I don't want to spend a lot of time rendering nor animating, right? No animation, nor animating, not rendering. I didn't make any, I forgot about any camera motions here. So that is poor. So I made, but this is okay, this is just the beginning. And we'll be progressing here. So you see I have a FPS frame per second 10, so it's very low, but for this animation it's just good enough. And it's just about the background, and you see that no idle pose for the character, anything like that. Also she's walking, so it will be meaningless, sort of bizarre, right? Yes. But what I could do is yeah, so we can have some camera motion. I think we can have some, oh yeah, so we can have this camera motion in the worst case scenario. So scale this and move this directly here in the what is the name of this? Video sequencer, yes, but preview. And this is the sequencer, right? And there's a sequencer and preview, which is okay, which is but here I think we cannot manipulate the, yeah, so no, let's leave it like that. So I need these manipulations here. So yeah, I could have made some camera shots here with motion, two-dimensional ones, but still functional. Here we could have perhaps something like that, right? But okay, it's too late now for this first page or video, but we're gonna make others. So now the question is the frequency that I can be doing this, and this is what I'm glancing at already, staring, because it was joyful doing this. Like it's not complicated, right? Just I had the ideas. I need then renders, yeah, painstakingly render some stuff, but my render is relatively fast, so just a little pain there, no problem, not big deal. And then okay, this video editing then takes time, but it was a good flow, right? And here I just added, for some reason here I added the clips just to try out the new, but I think I'll start doing the way that I know, that is movie. So they didn't broke this clip, so it's the same. I had to add the clip here first, and then yeah, so I think this is for image sequence. I've tried to find some information, but I see no reason for me to use this thing. I hate those image sequence, this files of certainly has some purpose for I think this is when we want to compose the images one by one. I don't know, never worked too much with that. I think might be good for animation. We want full control of the frames, but here I fucking care about that. What I want is to have easy file management, right? Because you have a lot of files, you need image files, you need to have a folder. For me this is scary. I don't want to be wasting my time managing files as little as possible, right? So yeah, then we have this Blender. This was actually I've downloaded. There are some rules for using these Blender logos, but it's cool. It has transparency. Get it directly in the blender.org, easily found in googling. And then yeah, so and then color editing. And thanks for watching. I'll be putting that another time, maybe not, I'm not sure, because you know, this is this is just the first one, so probably I'll be placing those stuffs in the video description. I don't want to be placing those things on every single of those videos, right? I'm still considering, right? Of course, the soundtrack at least, probably I should credit. And that's it, because I want a flow thing, a flowing perception of the story. It's like if you read the comics, or even have web comics, imagine every day or every time you go to the next page, you have some, so it decontextualizes. It's very, very stupid to do that, I think, so it's not good. And even in the soundtrack I could credit this in the video description. It's like anyone will, because if anyone gets the video out there without crediting, without my authorization, right? So my publications are strictly on the page that I'm using, YouTube, and yeah. Alright, so this is the technique, right? The approach, and let's return to the. And it's very, very nice. Actually, I expected to suffer more in this process, but it was very, very clean. So very close somehow to the. In this way, very close to workflow of 2D drawing, 2D traditional webcomics. Not traditional webcomics, but the 2D right way. Let's return to the scenery, dirty lounge. Alright, so maybe if you've watched the video, remember this. So this is how the character was posed, Dorothy, and I've posed the hair and the cloak manually. With of course not manually, that means with the correct technique. Of course there are wiggle bones there, but this is not needed for this kind of posing. We can stack the thing together, that's the idea. But if we have, you see, just enable the fantastic inbuilt vanilla Blender feature called, I've been mentioning this over and over again, Tools, Auto IK option, and Alt X shortcut for me. And so you pick, these bones are connected until they reach some parent there, offset in near the end. So you can pick any, like usually is the last one, but so you can control this, or you can pick this. You can control the auto IK length, you see. And so if I pick this one and I mount the chain length there, so you can have this kind of control. Then if I can find the rotate the other way, so this is very, very cool. And so you know why you don't need to use physics. You just yeah, for animation physics sounds very useful, but for this kind of posing for 3D webcomics, no, we can just use this for now. It's because the physics, you have to set the bones, and maybe the scene doesn't, sometimes you play the physics to see if you get a good pose, but you don't get straight a good pose, so it's time consuming, so this can sometimes be faster to obtain good results. Alright, so also I made some small tiny mouth expressions there for her. In the shot it didn't, also the skin texture didn't render very well, so anyways, we essentially, let's just make sure we are resetting all bones here. Yeah, apparently not, they weren't all reset. What is this big bone there? Okay, maybe I've added this when I was doing some editing of the rig, so we're gonna go back to the rig soon. But here is, so because it was kind of fast to create this page, right, the page 001, I probably will continue, and one good, I'll see if I work every day on that, or maybe one day yes, one day no. I'll see the frequency, because it sounds clear that if I have the assets, if I have the cards, I can do daily, I can make those pages daily, or those videos daily, and that would be very cool. But I think that will be a very radical approach for the channel. So for the story, I'm a bit afraid that I won't have enough assets for the continuation of the story. So this is why I need to push now, try to complete, try to address another scene. I already have in mind what I want. I want an asteroid base, like a bar in space, a coffee shop in space, something like that. Well, I need another character, which is Dorothy's best friend, buddy, called yeah, this is a bit spoiler, but who cares? If you know the characters, you might know her. It's the cast, but in this channel I have never, YouTube channel, never talked too much about those characters, so, or exposed content, so it's not so likely that you'd know. But it's called she's called in this universe Natasha, yeah, Natasha Casey, I think, Natasha. So it's and she happens to work on a coffee shop in space, and they will meet. And this is probably what will happen soon, but for that I will have to do this entire coffee shop from scratch, and also I'll have to create the model of her friend from scratch. Her character design is quite different compared to other characters, so it will be a bit time consuming, but I think I can rush those two things. And meanwhile, I see how much drama I can get for Dorothy alone in this place, because I don't have other ready-made characters here to be using alongside her. But maybe I should check I have some characters from the same universe, but they are not ready to be used, so as she is. Thinking about that, I've just remembered I have her sister. Yes, it's but it needs some retakes, but I'm gonna show that it's she's here, Aisha. It's Dorothy's sister, but I doubt at this stage. Yeah, she has good cloth assets. Yes, She has got a wig. She even has got a advanced the face rig might be working for the most part, but the character design needs some readjustments I figured out later. So yeah, she's very close actually to. I don't. Okay, maybe I can bring her to that scene, but not now, not in this state. I need to upgrade her to meet. You see, then Nixo. Yeah, no, she's very far from. This isn't even her face. I just have the model sheet actually. Yeah, the face is not right model. Yeah, and Tsukagi is the villain, so she's not for appearing here. Let's return to the. Oh yeah, just an update here for the Dirty Lounge, which is that I was looking more geometry nodes to see if I could find the ideal solution for me for these things. I found some Vine tutorial, something like that. I found many things that could help. I think I ended up improving the geometry nodes of this, but it's still not good. I think certainly there's something better. Exactly, I don't know how to fix this. I found something that would be very close to it, to the solution for that, but in the end it didn't work. So so I'm gonna show the nodes that I have right now for this. Let's just reposition these things closer here to the. So this thing is quite funny, but it will probably this is working, right? It's not like I need to absolutely to be fixing this. It is getting better as and probably I need to clean up the geometry nodes, simplify this stuff. What is this thing? Okay, there's some double thing there. I don't don't know what's happening. I found that if we can do a Alt S, we can make some crazy. It is the scaling, right, of the verts, but for some reason it allows some rotation, so we can manipulate these things, because cannot rotate this thing. It's a single vertex. It doesn't have a normal. So the idea is to be doing this until we get enough of those some are too small, so probably this is a randomizer, right? And also, I already mentioned that I don't need to be building the story linearly. So this is an interesting strategy for storytelling, even in webcomics. Like often using books, so it's absolutely not new, right? Never tried this. It's more annoying. What if we... Yeah, we get something like that. Okay. Yeah, let's go for the geometry nodes here. Maybe subdivide. Oops, what is it? No, skew. No, subdivide, and let's. Yeah, so 2 has bound here for some reason that not clear for me right now. Some are quite disorganized here. Yeah, so they are clustered in some. Annoying way. I also would like to have this subdivision set up, but it's not just subdivision. You need to move them apart, so it's like to have a curvature like that. So I'd like to have this automated too. This one we can. And I've added a solidify modifier to those to those leaves, so when you look from behind, their normals are correct. But overall, it adds a lot, right, to the scene. The magic of mushrooms, no, of plants, right? Mushrooms are not plants. There's always one or another leaf of this which are. So you see, it takes too much time to make these adjustments. And these leaves that are created in the. There are many problems still in this, but it's like a small list. If I fix 1, 2, or 3 of those problems, then I get cleared, and then this will be very, very good. This cluster is terrible. Here is like the jungle. Where is this coming from? Yeah. GG, let's get it closer. Yeah, maybe some of them they are. And you see, I have all of them doing some contortionism, plant contortionism right, around these structures. Things that plants like to do, right? Oops, there are. Maybe. This part, I thought there would be. Oh yeah, they were moved, I guess. yeah, here we can inspect from the top. Anyways, let's look at the geometry nodes. So it is called, yeah, it's I'll also change here. I'm gonna fern leaf UV. Yeah, when I make these attributes it's for UV, so I'm not using this right now. No, actually this is not stem, but actually I've seen a tutorial that about this that brings up a great solution for this stem UVs, which here I'm not even sure what this is using. It's using brick. Okay, we can make a new one for that, so let's make a new one for that. So I'm gonna take off this material. We're gonna get here to the yes, we're gonna add a new material in this object. We're gonna call this mat type D, mat D stem, yeah, plant fern stem. Now instead of branch, then just relearn the name stem in English. So we're gonna get here, yeah, protect this, whatever. Then we're going to go to the, no, that means that we don't need to have this, we can cross this thing. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, and we don't need this. Exactly, so we just need hold on, this might be responsible for some mistakes. No, no, it's not the case. Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna clean up this, so we don't need the UVs here after this new technique that I'm gonna show. So basically we can reduce the size of these nodes, the distance between them, simplify the setup. You know, I was super scared about geometry nodes for a long time. Well, also scared of all that use these node systems, but you know, nothing is impossible, not if you train. So basically, what is the game changer for me? Of course, not just training, but actually having myself engaged in practices of learning, of using those things for something useful, meaningful for myself. Right? So when you get something really meaningful, then learning comes faster, better, and deeper. And so it's there where really start to get intrigued, right? Novelty, how and novelty is fundamental for learning, good learning, quality learning. So if you want to, the more someone is deeply engaged, passionate even by learning something, being skilled, learning to do something, the more that the more the larger the chance, the huger is the chance that this is converted into positive feedback, right, loops for learning, and then learning, teaching, whatever, right, creating. So that's what got me into more and more into geometry nodes. But my geometry node skills is very simplistic, very basic yet, but it compared to what now I start to understand. I can read geometry nodes, start to read something, start to make sense, right? It was so boring and annoying, and the tutorials, most of them are super boring for me. But when some stuff are more interesting, very specific stuff are more interesting, and those like the galaxy with geometry nodes, even to the point that, wow, this is more important to me than galaxy with shader editor. No, I want to see the geometry nodes galaxy that is which are, yeah, those are movie clips, right? But they were geometry nodes galaxy. So now let's get the, yeah, that's UV thing. No, not UV. So I think I remember by heart the idea is very simple. I just didn't know how to use this. So I have the material. Let's go to the shading viewport, this shading workspace. Then let's expand this area here. So this has nothing important. So basically we can use the normal here vectoring socket for having some sort of let's say Control T, but without this image texture. We can have like normal here, which will match normal there, which is obvious. No, it's not so obvious, because this name normal, which is a vector socket in this deep blue color, so it will lose its normal name. Only certain nodes will use just, what is this for me? Never made sense. I plugged things there, never worked well. And now I got an example from a geometry nodes tutorial where how we can use this for something very cool, which is actually this stuff. So, and for the simple geometry like that is actually as a curve right now or converted to mesh, then we can just use this normal, and from the distance or even from close distance it will look good. So we get here, so of course it's not, we need some, let's say if you can, I'm not sure you can do this, but let's try. What is this? Yeah, I don't know, this doesn't matter. So I'm gonna get a try why not bricks texture. So I have a vector here, and I never use this, so I really don't know exactly how. I don't remember also what the tutorial did to get so, but the idea should be very simple. I have noted that if I don't find, okay, bricks text, let's find, what's the basic one? The wave texture, right? Wave texture. Okay, so I have, or did he use a noise texture? No, they are all the same. They don't have an output. Voronoi maybe is different. yeah, they have a position is a vector, but I don't think this will. Also, this is very bad for yeah, I think I'm missing something in the probably, yeah, so it's not that simple. Probably I still need, oh, the material is not set. Fern stem. There we go. So yeah, of course there's critical failure there. So so I have these lines. Of course we don't want so okay, no jump, no Voronoi here. Let's try wave text, wave. And maybe we can plug to normal. Doesn't work, so okay, so I don't know why this normal map, then why it is, what difference does it make? Does it fix some glitches here and there? Yeah, seems to improve the shading somehow, but not the patterns, it's just the so there's some, no, this from distance that you see some problems. Yeah, so you could get this scale here. Here we have a failure. Yeah, so you need some sort of scale that but we have a lot of glitches here. Does the Y, for me the Y should be more correct, but okay, so this will be the idea, basically nothing. And we need, of course, some color ramp maybe. So get like This is too brownish, too dark, right? So I'm gonna I could do this. I think it's, but I don't need to follow any specific rule. So this case, that could be a good thing. Let's also change this a little more to maybe even darker here. And this one will more like here, yeah. I'm doing Alt S. Alright, so this is one way to get this thing improved, so we don't need to get this attribute for that. So we're gonna go back to the geometry nodes and we can pin the node here if we are working with it, because then whatever you select outside of the object get change the what you see in the geometry node, so it's annoying. Good tricks here. And here I cannot still randomize the leaf. There's something about the collection info, so you carry the collection instead of the object, and the collection has multiple objects. So I made the collection, but I still cannot get this into instances to randomize. Like besides the fact there is like they are coming like in trees, right? Threes, but of course this is not what we need. So and it doesn't have these options here of, well, this might be just a transform node, right? Transform geometry, possibly. Yeah, possibly, but then we would still have to find a way to randomize this instance from here to here. So this is what there's no, in this random thing here, there's no plug for instance index. Maybe. Let's try random value float, now integer, so from 0 to 2, because there are 3 elements there. So we're gonna bring this in instead of this, and see, nothing seems to happen. Besides the fact that I have hard time to see the difference. Okay, so this needs to use relative, but they are still popping as yeah, in bad places. And also separate children. Alright, so hold on, this seems to, because now I have this node, no? They seem to match. Or are they stacking? Yeah, they are stacking. The three are stacking. So I can get this to hold on. Choose this from the instance at each point instead of instancing the entire geometry. Okay, so hold on. If we those leaves are here, let's try to do some serious manipulation here to see. You got the idea, right? If this, yeah, so this is moving this one, this is not moving this one, and this is moving those three ones there. This is not moving any of these trees, and this is not moving any of this. So this is working. So so finally, apparently I got it. So just messing around. So then we don't even need those things for. No, we need this. So the other tutorial was bizarre, what did I see, because it used this idea here that rotate instance, which seems very correct. In the sense that, yeah, I have leaf instances, collection of instances. So since we have this now, we can delete, yeah, I don't care, let's simplify this. So this is not, why would I, so this is the cleanup and I was talking about. This is the randomizer for the instance collection. If I check this ferns collection, they are precisely here. They are, I've created this collection here, and so this tree, also let me do something about this shading. I want to augment the variations here because I barely see anything. I'll even make a like, you know, this, let's try a constant doesn't seem that to be working. Yeah, so maybe this is not this randomizer here is failing. Yeah, what a shame that this doesn't. What is this? Oh, hold on. This is being used as a mask for factor? No, 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 no. This is actually, this is a mistake. We want here, don't want this, we want this to mix here, and we want now to start with a random color. This is the light. Is it? Yeah, probably. See, they are all changing together, so this is not working. Yeah. Okay, so mix this with another color. Yes, so I would like this color to be random. Nah. Yeah, I'll have to take a look here. Randomize color. Blender shader. Random object color. It's super simple, right? But okay, let's try this one. 1 minute tutorial. Object info, color ramp, random to fac, right? Then we get color to base color, and then we got use however many colors you want. Okay, you can pick many of them, however, and then okay, why they are, yeah, the ink materials, right? And so all the new object has the same material, right? Yeah, so this is somewhat what I'm doing. Or should I Gonna save this. So why this is not material? Except that I'm doing this in a mix, a multiply here, so maybe the problem is that I need to place this directly into the maybe it doesn't work for a diffuse. Why wouldn't it? I don't know. This is color and this is base color. Nope. So maybe they are treating these objects as, because they are instanced, maybe Blender considers them a single object, and then they just don't get the randomizer object index, maybe. Yeah, I doubt anything here. Okay, color by let's say color by Blender random color by instance. Okay, maybe we should do this from but I didn't no, without realize instance, maybe instance random color. Maybe it's this one. Workers will need to make your, oh yeah, that's it, exactly this. Great.
Index node to the value.
Index.
And then we'll realize
I need to copy attribute. Okay.
Capture attribute.
Instance. Okay, after the instance realize instance and capture attribute, then you need
material. I'm going with the default material to save some time, and then just make sure to connect the attribute from the capture.
Okay, realize instance blah 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 index capture attribute set material. Okay, interesting. So go back to the geometry node. So I was lacking some. I have realized instances, but not realize instance, but here I don't have the, I'm missing here the, yeah, the instance on point. So this is indeed for the leaves. I don't have the index material index. No, it's not. What was the index? Pure index. Then yeah, I can reuse this, I guess. Then I think if I use this one, it will be a problem. It's not, I'm not sure if it goes backwards. Anyways, capture attribute. It's float point. Why don't I have? Okay, maybe it's a different version, so whatever. Index to value. and set material. Oh, wait, there's no, this is not okay, so just have I lost the foliage 02, really? Oh yeah, this is okay. So it's whatever, foliage 02. Okay, let's go back. Set material.
Attribute to the blank spot on the group output node. Now in the properties panel, capture attribute to the blank spot on the group output node. Now in the properties panel, from the drop-down menu, we'll name the attribute something like color. Then we'll select a material in the shader editor and insert an attribute, math, and white noise node. Connect any of the attribute node's outputs to the color input of the principal VSDF. Now just click those other bad boys into place. Now here's a color ramp to save for later.
Okay, this sounds way more complicated than I thought, so I'm not gonna go through all this. So not now. So I'm gonna just use this like this and go back for now and so I need to mix this ugly thing that is not working, so just gotta so I don't need this. We can probably use this one. Just need to mix this with not this. I was using multiplier, so that's also cool. Those usually toxic plants have this kind of stuff, I think. this works for them, because these are not instances, they are really different ones, but technically if they are getting well, if those instances are being working, then yes, I should be having it's well, right. No, nothing is happening. I can have this, but then everything is like they are not being symmetrized. Yeah, not symmetrized, sorry. They are. It's like they are not picking the instance, or they are negating the fact that they are. They already checked that. Okay, anyways, I'm not sure I've got some real improvement here, but on the way, right? So this I need to place this somewhere, and furthermore I need to bring this to a new scene maybe, or at least or you can have this in the walls like some sort of trophy, or you know, decoration. Why not? Like they seem very large in this current state, right? They don't need to be that large, so I think we can do this. No, bad idea. They are in front of the lights, so it's not. They look like giant shells. Yeah, I don't want them to be in front of the lights, so we're gonna try to move them. Why not here? No, Okay, that works for now. What else can we do? Do I still need this dummy here? I'm gonna place it here and yeah, just hide it from view and rendering. I'm assessing the room to see if everything is correct. Oh yeah, I need to assess another thing here. We are having double exposure because this EV needs to have 0.3, but then when we go to workbench and we have the reset of the things, we don't want to have the same exposure. We want to have 0 because this is a linked copy, and we just need to change the render engine to workbench instead of the original EV. Then we need to reset the exposure. It's just EV that needs the exposure, otherwise we are getting brighter on EV and then we get brighter on workbench. So this is overexposure. It's not needed. It will be yeah, it's double exposure. It's very stupid to do that, and it's unthoughtful, right? And then the other thing is that we need to reset the compositor, to refresh the here that lose the scene, so you need to plug it, reconnect it. This is why probably I was having artifacts on in the video. I was in the video that I've made today. There were some explosive emissions. I think they were caused by this double exposure that I forget. So I'm just gonna render it just for the sake of rendering. You see the eyes, her eyes are emissive. I'm not sure it's a great idea. What do you have here? Okay, the colors are very sort of desaturated. I'm not sure if I have some varied links here, varied switches. This is more colorful at this point. This will be very destructive. No, I don't have any switch, so not even this. Certainly not this one. Mist pass, no, not doing anything. Probably because I need to readjust the workbench. Okay, but if I use this one for now, I think I get something slightly better for the current state. Yeah, it's like more greenish, more colorful. It's not like the... but it's a bit weird. Probably have to reinvestigate a lot of stuff here. Yeah, so I probably will have to remake after this change in the... I have to readjust especially these setups here. In order to really see what's going on. Yeah, we got a very bluish still dark and bluish, in greenish bluish, let's see. Yeah, so this lift is towards the blue, which is nothing too impressive about this. Okay, but this is the mid-tones that are to the greenish, teal and greenish. So maybe I can make those mid-tones warmer, and this lift. Okay, also the hue, saturation. We're having some... maybe saturate a little more this value. Do we need this value for... yeah, usually EV gets too dark, so we can saturate a little more, but we don't want the... now this value, over value here, could be dangerous for the emissions. No. Yeah, so let's not risk too much. Let's do a 1.5 here. And this lift, maybe we go for the... we start with the teals instead of the blues. Reset this to 0, yeah. And then here for the... yeah, gonna crash. Let's save and... it's been safe to do this save when it starts glitching. If I continue manipulating that, it will crash my AMD graphic card. Ryzen, I think. Ryzen, I don't know. Yeah, so this is more greenish like. I think this is sort of working better for the new setup which I have, but I need to keep building this stuff, so we're gonna try to bring now some mid-tones here. We don't want too bright, right? Could try the okay, we could try mid-tones blue. This I haven't never tried. Okay, and then the gain with this is the we got some yellow warm color maybe. It doesn't feel very intense, so we're gonna maybe I need to push this toward the okay. Now let's use these ones here and the and here return to cyan the gain, and here we try to get some stronger lights from it's also not working very well. I'm not liking this the light colors in this setup, right? But if I bring this node here to after, yeah, I'm not sure this is very relevant, so blue, green, yellow. Yeah, so except that this one is the posterized one. So maybe I need to copy those things, except that, yeah, this is glitch. I was about to get it. So yeah, these glitches, these bugs, these performance problems often complicates progress, right? So it's different when you have a powerhouse and you have all this stuff. So we're dealing with something that is not super Fortunately, I'm trying to make stylized economic stuff, so this is not a right. We need to create. We have to create the tools we have, right? If we want to create, and there are things we can't even complain about because we don't even know that we are using prehistoric technologies for this stuff, right? In the future, wow, these guys created stuff with this. They're crazy. Alright, so we can't even complain because we are not aware how bad our technology is. We always compare with some mythical past, right, which is of course just for in many ways to satisfy our stupid egos. But that reinforces the idea that we need to create, being critical of course of current limitations, but use the something's weird, we're not getting why is EV so dark? Anyways, let's see the full compositing. Yeah, so I have some destructions there in the color, but I think this will be due for other stuff. Let's render this and see what we get. Yeah, I still have lots of problem with these lightings. Maybe the problem is the lights in the light objects at this point, because I've made change to the here they are looking fine, right? But if I check here, no, it's not a super strong power. Maybe we can reduce them. Yeah, they are instanced. Let's try 70, then 70 watts. The EV color is good, but then it gets destroyed by some strange I think it's this color. Yeah, it's probably this. No, after EV is getting these passes here, everything is fine. Okay, so it's not anything like here. It's when it's being mixed with okay, so I have a problem with the workbench actually. let's see this mix. Yeah, so just a small amount of workbench is sufficient to get very bad results there. So it's a and it's not even workbench is being too bright. So even when I turn grayscale for workbench, we start get too much bright. We still get the brightness. So it's not a color thing. It's a value thing then, or a brightness thing. Yeah, it's a value thing, but not necessarily from the value here, but it could be. No, this is not causing big deal here. We have all these values here. All right, why have these strong values if I already all right, so let's try to reset here those. High value, double dark EV if EV already dark. High value implies double. Okay, but we have exposure, so it's not the case. So this is dark EV, this is EV with exposure, this is EV with exposure for the... So I didn't need this stuff here. Super bright thing here, no, we don't want this. I'm gonna reset this ones. What if I do something here? Just testing, let's see what will happen if we now still having the very destroyed let's try to neutralize these ones. I think this seems to be a super crash here. Hold on folks, is it working? Yes, so it's just Blender crashed and the graphic card. Let's return. And the soundtrack, yeah, too much for the computer to handle. The graphic card, let's return here and I think my stream might have some issue, but let's see. Okay, now so this makes for a very dark let's see, so what was that? Okay, so I really have I'm having a specific trouble coordinating this the light effect on the surfaces. It just start like that and ends up in a very, because of the workbench, I don't remember having this trouble before, so I have to find out alternative ways to get this better. Yeah, I'm losing too much of the. Let's try the soundtrack again. I think it's just can't open my Okay, finally. I don't want to give up right now in this. It seems so simple, since it's not the pure EV, at least not directly. It's decomposition. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe. Okay, I'm crashing. Maybe I need a new mixer for the after I started this new value setup. But if Blender keeps scratching like that, there's no way to go further today. Yeah, this is the rendering. Okay, it's taking a lot to render. Okay, so this is what we've got, and it is super dark, so this is not new. Like, I need to address bad news is that the mix is not helping too much. The mix, which should be a very radical, with a small amount of mix we have, but it's not doing much here. So screen or lighten, and none of them. So let's try some multiply here, which is very dangerous, of course. Add soft light, linear light, no. Okay, so possibly soft light can be never used color. Okay, I'm gonna crash again. So soft light is possibly one way to go. So it's the last thing I'm gonna try here. I have noted the previous setup, so in case I forget, it will be easy to go back. This is the kind of stuff that, yeah, rigging many things in CG, right? It's like that. There are many intricacies here and there, and one setup might completely fail if things are not exactly in a certain way. We have many inputs and relations, and a change in a particular one may change the whole purpose, repurpose the entire thing. So this is tricky. So if we can take plenty of notes, and it's a complex, right? You have to really know the theory or have clear in mind what is going on, and it's hard to have a good track in Blender. Particularly, we have lots of indications that this is still a problem. What about overlay? Overlay is just like a multiplier. It's not gonna do much in here. So we're gonna go soft light, but we're gonna keep in the value that we usually had, which was, yeah, I think it was about here. And of course we could expand the amount of value in the to no avail. This just keeps too dark. Yeah, this is very bad, but we'll see the render. Yeah, absolutely too dark, so not plausible. Soft light is just like destroying the it holds potential, but no. I like this brightness, but what I don't like, of course, is the colors. So oh no, I have have saved right before. So okay, less time. Gonna go to rigging if there's anything. And tomorrow, starting from tomorrow, right? I'd like to start building other scene and live streaming the continuation of the story, but from yeah, building assets for the new scenes to come. And this, since I'm already using this one, the character didn't even enter in the room yet, so there's a lot of stuff that I hope I would be able to accomplish storytelling wise inside this this room. So possibly what's destroying the lights is this excessive workbench setup. No, I've just reset everything here, and oh yeah, I think I know what's going on. This is green material, or not green, I don't know what color that is. It's being hardly mixed up with this, right? It's wood, right? And so whenever I combine, it's not a neutral color, right? So whenever I combine this with this setup here, because it's light and I was getting the light even yellowish, and the workbench, yeah, so I think I understand what's going on. Yeah, so this is kind of tough to resolve. Because the patterns work for the procedural text, but not the... that is a suggestion that the workbench colors should be more towards the neutral. So the lights wouldn't be so much destroyed. That's interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Workbench colors neutral, so that will be a lot of materials to readapt, but for a good reason. Okay, so my renders here are starting to, yeah, it's interesting, but it's not working. Or yeah, so I found out, I think, the culprit here. One of the major culprits of this terrible color issue is not so much of a brightness or darkness problem, although there's two major problems I'm having. It might worth noting them. So it's about compositing, right? So essentially workbench scene, yeah. Materials, yeah, the display materials should be neutral colors. Neutral tones. More neutral. Otherwise will destroy color lighting. In compositing with EV. Yeah, that's it. So this is one of the problems. The other problems I'm having is pervasive concentration of contrast. Brightness, shadowiness, contrast. So it's like either you have this or either it's like a color ramp that is either shading too bright or either it's not either, it's and shading extremes, too bright and too dark. Yeah. And so for this I'm not sure how to, what could be a solution for this it's a value harmonization, right? Something like that. Yeah, on this I'm not sure compare. Another thing that you could consider is emission lighting alternatives. So because sometimes it's weird, so I think one is extra light objects, emission supportive light objects, or emission. Another thing that I need to check is this light probe, volume probe. Not sure if it works for this. So if that would work, I will need to investigate. And there's this line art, grease pencil, isolate, yeah, isolate. I don't remember how that was done. Integration, takeoff loaders. And take notes so that I can remember the setup. There is also the idea of resolute is z that pass for or missed pass for line art thickness control, automation. Yeah, so there's a cool trick. I think I mean, now that I know what this can do, I think we can work with them with it, but then I need to isolate the grease pens already, and all the rest is done. So you see, very quality of life adjustments, but nothing absolutely fundamental. It's just extras, bonus stuff. If I can fix those, then we can get greater developments. Alright, let's save here at once, and let's save a backup also. Save this copy, whip external. It's time to make some cleanup of those things, because at this point these files are it's just 25 megabytes. It's pretty light scene actually, surprisingly, and just the characters might be a bit heavier. I'm not sure why. So we're gonna enter here the file of the character. I'll try to do some basic stuff. So we are getting here, we also have some list of stuff. So this is to do list. What is the I don't remember what was this then materials. Yeah, okay, so there's something that is annoying that I need to find a solution for that. There is some materials inside the mouth, the tongue, and the arcades. They are separated meshes. The tongue could be part of the body. They are not selectable. The arcades is better, but okay, we can keep them separated anyways. It's easier to organize. But then there is the problem of the materials. Should I have this using a lipstick material for this, which is probably incorrect. But then these gums, yeah, I think I used the same color. I'm not sure. So this is the problem. Okay. Now the lipstick. Yeah, I think I should just give this this thing seems to be incorrect. gonna get just the materials here. Shift E 0.8, alright, that's all. And we could get sharp for this, why not? But first let's change. Okay, looks like we already have this. Maybe we can make between the no, let's not do this. Let's leave like that for now, and just this is good enough then. So there is this material lipstick, material gums. What can we do about them? Shading. So this is a very old material. Time to procure ourselves an adjustment. Yeah, we don't want lipstick for this tongue, definitely. And actually this is not even the correct one. Because if I access the body, this is glossy red. So yes, we don't want this to be having glossy red, right? Nor the gums, nor the tongue. So we're gonna make we're gonna have this same, right? We're gonna reuse this image textures and do the traditional way and sort of input those things. Yeah, don't need to be touching this one, I guess. It will be a different material, but with the same thing here, the same image texture for the same UVs. So we're gonna, okay, I'm gonna hide the armature, gonna hide the body, we're gonna access here. So just gonna check what kind. Okay, so this is, yeah, the sclera with emission, whatever. Then we have the gums, which we don't care about. Maybe just this color we want to pick. This lipstick, I think it's useless. We're gonna, it's an old one, so we're gonna, I don't know, it's exists in other places. Here is one other place. Here is another place, and there's still one remaining. So we're gonna reuse these gums. We're gonna make it for preview organic stuff. It's my code for organic stuff. Sclera B. I'm gonna also make it for organic stuff. Okay, so here we gonna don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. We're gonna paste this here. We're gonna copy, we're gonna change this to something more. The lights are affecting my judgment of the color here, but it's something about pink, like it's cartoon stylized, so it could be many other things, but I think this slightly more here. Yeah, I think this one is a good one. So here I'm gonna paste it here. Roughness, yeah, we want some roughness, even though this one will not be too much, it will not appear here necessarily because okay, this is a diffuse, it's the wrong one, of course. Viewport display here, okay. So this doesn't apply there, so we're gonna just copy there. So yeah, so we're gonna use the diffusing for this materials, and then we are going to probably have to UV unwrap this, or no, but they are not part of the. Okay, that just means that I need to use this, these UVs. They must make part of the. Okay, hold on. Take this off. Control T. So here we're gonna use the. My computer is super lagging. All these crashes. Okay, it is here somewhere, so character Dorothy space agent should be the first one. And this one, I don't know why it is here. Yes, I believe this is our, yeah, my last session on this. So the body is this, it's economic because of the mirror modifier, so since we have the image texture now, it has these limitations, so we're gonna probably need to this UV unwrap, we need to do something about this. There's a seam there, okay. This won't do much, so maybe do the seam for the here. Under the better. Okay. Then we're going to UV minimum stretch. Okay. So this is on the top, and this is the bottom one. Okay. So we're just gonna complete here for these other objects. This is the upper teeth. Now these are the lower. And these are the upper. And these are gums. So yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that we could do this. Select multiple objects and deploy their UVs that way. Okay, so makes sense. So now that it means that it's very simple to just pick that same color, right, that we had here, and start to do some. Yeah, so I'm just gonna select these faces, right, and then we're gonna go to here. We're gonna use the paint mask and we're gonna paint directly here. Shift F10. For some reason I don't see the, yeah, it's just the active element which is getting the, but that's okay because we can use the paint and we're gonna try to take off the, yeah, simplify. That should reduce some of the lag. No, we're gonna do from here. Yeah, so this leg is legendary. Hold on, folks, I have to close some stuff here. Yeah, it's the stream, it is lagging. But this is very basic, right? So there's nothing, I would hardly miss this. We're just gonna check the UVs here, and yeah, we can go a little more here, and as we've seen, maybe it has spotted there, here in the bottom we can expand a little more here. Shift F10, select them 3 again, and well, save the texture, save the file. Alright, so now I see some invasion of the let's move this a bit further away, and we're gonna just, there's no image texture here, but just so that I know that the UVs are here, I'm gonna paint this too. Shift F10 and just select slightly yellowish, but very slightly yellowish. Because in the future this could be perfected, right, and it's structural, and I'm not gonna bother with texture here. So this is here's the result, and also for the sclera we could have here, no, let's leave like that. Okay, I've decided to make the teeth too because they are part of the gums, so that might be better. So here we're gonna go back here, make sure these materials are select. Okay, so this is just unused, and here we got also this is unused. Yeah, I call gums, whatever. Could be mouth interior, but it will be hard to find. The gums is simple, not gum stone, so we're gonna just reorganize this material. And that's it. Save this, save the file. Let's look for the body, the eyes, the hair, the costume. And on EV we got this. Alright, so let's see if there's any notes here I can conclude. So we got integrate tongues, arcade to skin, yeah, done. Material for makeup, yeah, eyelashes, yeah, those are secondary. This is more important though. Metal armor, two tones. This could be interesting. Oh, this is the saying that this is secondary, but it's not helping. It's like probably, well, this will be better. Revision, okay, nothing. So it's still focus on the materials. This is very low, small things. Maybe I should even, this is not a priority, so probably should be moving this down. The face is the priority. Lower face, body rig, then we have yeah, body skin. Notice there are some things about this is about material, so why is this gonna make file isolate texture, body material, skin, body, eyelids, borders. We already fixed those things. It's not materials. It's even not even like that. This is old annotation. Reorganize materials and texture files for okay, so this is gonna be, yeah, sorry folks, this is very boring. Custom shapes and renders, costume clothes, so model sheets like the super shading, texturing, that is better. need better visibility for this stuff, so you can better understand what's going. Model sheet, yeah, 2D model sheet. Then this will be like just life quality for future of the project. Oh, this good review here. 3D icons on YouTube sonority. So yeah, so we're gonna revise. This is the beginning of the plan, right? So about 1 month ago, I was so audio, so sequence, scenes, shots. Okay, what's this? Single camera frame and not page multiple frames. Yeah, so this decision, we are still gonna work with that. Camera frame may have adaptive resolution. Oh yes, yes, interesting things to be considered, but yes, usually animatics to real contextual, that is done, except that we can do this in other ways also. Dialogue, voiceover versus subtitles. No, we are using actually yeah, so all those are sort of open fields yet, but what I can, it's hard even to take any notes here. Sound effects are set shot by shot. Yeah, this I got it. Like, yeah, I can say I got this, I got everything here. It's fresh on my mind, or into action. 3D animation still. Yeah, I'm gonna already animated favor idle. Yes, this idle pose I'm not yet. And then 3D, I had some crazy idea about making some image in my mind about covers of ancient games, board games, or even computer games that have that with the rendering composite that I'm making, if I had enough characters, I could try to make some cover for like for the show, right? Like conceive, and so this is fresh, but this is for the future. So, and final notes, then here these final notes will be like really final notes that would need a lot of thought here. This will be really final. So we go to the end, very end. So and you see, I don't need to fix everything about here in order to progress. This will be for the last part, I think, of this. Actually, okay, let's make this here upper and lower facial setups. Compare complete. So in the end, something like that, yeah. Upper face, lower face. So basically, yeah, the lower face is the inversonic mouth setup with some improvements. So there, it's hard to organize in priority in this crazy list, but here we can probably turn off. So yeah, it's too late, folks. So what I'm gonna just my continuation plan here for the rig would be essentially so sorry, this was very boring tasks to stream, but I promise there will be good stuff along this week. So here my next step here would be to fix something very interesting in the eyelids and eyelash integration, which I'm gonna use yes, this thing here. I need something to indicate how important this is. So it's like here or like here. So basically this is my next thing to do. There also something that is completely breaking the it's the eye holes, right? So it was done, but now it can be in rig improvement. So yeah, so let's get here. Eye holes, which is orbicularis oculi wave paint. Also use the, if possible, transfer waves from what's the name is the Pxy-VERSE mesh object. So I have a Pxy-VERSE here. So this is the priority stuff here. Then let's see whatever is priority for the okay, I need the fixer for the the helper lips. Yeah, this one. Wave paint helper. Yeah, I should be doing this thing long. Fix under jaw gap artifact. I think I must add to the separator. This I need to investigate. Reconfigure helper lips automation. Yes. No, this is not. This is arbitrary. It's not important now because. Re-wave paint, deaf muzzle bones, not sure, chin mesh artifact. Attempers helper. That's interesting. We're gonna set this a priority. Improve the parenting pathway control lip setup. Not fundamental. Shape cannot anatomic lip. Yeah, anatomic lip is like super necessary. This is the purse, so we already have this actually no, this is a shape key. We might discard it if helper fails. Okay, then rounded if cannot pose with armature deform. Okay, if cannot pose with the Dicky dual quaternary skinning method, etc. Because we can probably do something good already with our setup. Puff chicks probably want that, yeah. Shape key, but shape keys it's nightmare, so it's for the end. Although no, actually the mesh will be okay. We can do the no, but it's shape keys. We might be changing the geometry. Nah, we want to test expression. Okay, arcade setup. This is it's important because this setup is something is broken in the arcade setup. Tongue is a little details here, nothing too fundamental. Body rig, so here in principle I don't remember anything that is super valid, but it's not for now. The nothing of this will be priority here, except maybe something about the glaive that I need to just make a setup. This will be for the cloth, costume cloth, so this will be like here. Glaive how this switch and hiding or masking, yeah. Switch, yeah, actually is just there are two switches. It's parent, reparent is like not exactly parenting, is more like a, you got the idea, right? Parenting, parent switching, and masking for visibility. I need this for the scene because if she keeps carrying the glaive all around, is not good. So this is not, and I have to override the library in a special way just for the asset. Alright, so this is the way to go on. As I be doing this, I'm gonna make a new character, yeah, her friend, then that will be alongside with the other scenes. And also, folks, I would like to be reworking some or making a complete new starship also to for this the continuation of the story, because right now I believe that it is unlikely that I will be able to use this very soon. For a variety of reasons. Actually there's a lot of hidden objects for and hidden collections, yeah. If I could, because to employ this starship for the most parts here I would need to have more characters, and it is not the case. So and the structural things that need to be readjusted here are just too big. I would need to isolate some rooms in order to be able to work on them like I'm doing on the Dorothy Lounge, right? Oh, we have a lot of disrupted stuff. Okay, doesn't matter. So I think I should jump to something new, because this can wait for the future. Maybe I can use one on another place. What is this? That is a bit more close to some finish, but everything here is like stuff that I've done in oh yeah, lots of broken materials here from links. So this is too painful to. Oh, that's nice. So no, never mind. Alright folks, so maybe this will be more to the future. So it's also, as I gain experience, a lot of things here start to get a bit old-fashioned, but some rooms are still interesting, but I might have much better ideas. So you know, sometimes it's better to restart from scratch. I have other starships in mind that, or shuttles that I would like to restart. So probably we will not be using this for a while. Still got a thing. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care and happy blending. Have a nice week. Hope that yeah, so lots of things to be on and to be going on, and I need to see the frequency of the webcomics publishing. So I believe it would be like at least once per week the update, but I probably can do more than that even now, even though I just have that only one scene to work on, the Dirty Lounge. But we will be growing more sceneries, and I think that I can do that faster from now on. It will depend on the time I will be able to find for this. That's what, folks. See you soon, and happy blendering.